Hello students, today we are going to start with a new poem, that is Ozymandias by P.B. Shelley. Here this poem is, you can say, not a typical poem of P.B. Shelley wherein the theme of the poem is like beauty or love. This is a different poem which has a philosophical theme. Here you will find the poet is having a conversation with a traveler, wherein the traveler informs him about a statue which is shattered all around in the desert, and he tells him the story about the statue, that the story is of a legendary king named Ozymandias. Here you can say this Ozymandias is the ironic hero of the poem, and Ozymandias was the another name for the Egyptian pharaoh Ramses II. So let's start with the poem. I met a traveler from an antique land. Here the poet is saying that he met a traveler from an antique land. Means an unknown place. The person did not look from a usual places like he didn't knew from where this person, this traveler had come from. Who said, two vast and trunkless legs of stone stand in the desert, near them on the stand. Now here what that traveler is saying, that there are two vast and trunkless legs. Means here you can imagine that he is speaking about a statue, and he is saying that trunkless legs means what? Only the legs of the statue are standing in the desert. Here you can say the body, the head, arms, you can say, and entire body is not there to the statue. It has been broken and fallen down. Only the legs are there standing in the desert. The face and the body is not there on that statue. So that's why he's saying two vast and trunkless legs. Means legs are vast but they are trunkless. Means it is not having body over it. Stand in the desert means those vast legs are standing in the desert but body is not there over it. It has been, the statue is broken and it has been fallen on the ground there in the desert there. Near them on the sand means it has been fallen on the sand. Half sunk a shattered visage lies, whose frown and wrinkled lip and sneer of old command. Means here the poet is saying the half sunk a shattered visage. Visage means what? Face. He is saying that face of that statue is sunk into the you can say desert here, and it is lying there in the desert nearby the statue only. And looking at that face which is half sunk into the desert here, you can come to know that the expression of the face of that statue is like frown. Means it is shown that he is a very angry man who is proud of himself. And wrinkled lip, and the lip of that statue is wrinkled one. And sneer of cold command. Sneer means what? Here you can say to speak or smile contemptuously, means it smiles at the person, like how the king, the Ozymandias, from his face view, expression of the face on the statue, we come to know he is proud of himself, that I am the king and all. But now what happened? The statue has also broken and it is fallen in the desert. So here you can come to know that it is speaking, means now the people are laughing that once upon a time he was very proud of himself, and now see the statue is also broken and he himself cannot do anything because he is dead. Tell that its sculpture well those passions read, which yet survive stamped on these lifeless things. Means so well the statue has been made, though it is broken, the face is fallen on the mud in the desert there, still you can come to know from the half sunk face of that statue that the sculptor had really very nicely made the statue of that king. Very nicely he has shown the expressions of the king when he was alive. How he used to look, what were his expressions on the face. Same those expressions have come on the statue which is lifeless one. It is the stone. Statue is made up of stone. So the thing which is made up of, it is a lifeless thing. But still the human expressions are so nicely been carved on the statue. So here the poet is praising the sculptor that how nicely he has carved those expressions on that lifeless stone. The hand that mocked them and the heart that fed. Means he is saying the hand that mocked them and the heart that fed means what? Yeah, how now he must be laughing while making that one when the king was alive. How he used to be proud of himself, how he used to give commands and all to everyone. But now what happened? He is dead and he is been buried here, so he cannot do anything. And he wanted people to remember him after his death also. For that reason he had made his statue here. He wanted people to remember him throughout the generations. That's why he had made the statue there. But what happened? The statue is also now broken and shattered all around in the desert. So here you can say the sculptor's hand which mocked them means he must be laughing that while carving his expression and the heart that failed means what? The expression which he has carved on those on that statue. And on the pedestal these words appear, and where the you can say the statue is there, you can say a small wall is built up to give support to the statue. So that is known as what? Pedestal. And on that pedestal some words are written. See what are those words? My name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Look on my works, ye mighty, and despair. Nothing besides remain round the decay of that colossal wreck, boundless and bare. The lone and the level sands stretch far away. Means on that pedestal, means on that wall there, which is supporting the statue, it is written that whose statue it is. So it is written that my name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Means he was the ruler of all the rulers, and he is saying, look on my works, ye mighty, and despair. Means he is trying to tell us that look what I have done. I have ruled all over the world here, and I am the person who has ruled the world here. No one can overcome or no one can take over me. He is trying to tell that he had ruled over even other kings, and he is saying, behold what I have built. And he is saying that look what I have built. And all who you think of yourself as powerful and despair and the magnificence and superiority of my accomplishment. Means see how powerful I am, and I want everyone to remember me. That's why I have built up this statue. So you remember that what kind of king I was. And the poet is telling here that nothing beside remains. Means there is nothing else in the area round the decay of that colossal wreck. Means surrounding the remnants of the large statue is never ending and barren desert. Means saying around the desert nothing is there. Only that statue is standing, which is also broken. Only the legs are standing. The entire body has fallen down. It has been scattered all around in the desert, and the face is also half sunk into the desert here. Boundless and bare, the lone and level sand stretch away. Means here the poet wants to say here, the surrounding the remnants of the large statue is never ending, and it will die there only in that barren desert with empty and flat sand stretching into the distance. Means how when the wind blows, then it will also one day get covered here. So here the poet wants us to remember, or he wants us to tell that earthly power is short-lived. So we should not be proud of ourselves. Whoever we are, the king or a normal person, we should not be proud of ourselves, because our life is in the hand of the Lord. And once we breathe our last, everything gets over, and we'll get mixed with the you can say sand here. So that's why the poet or earth here. So poet wants here through this poem, the person wants to tell whoever you are, ruler of the ruler or a normal person, Everything is in hands of the Lord, so you should never be proud of yourself. I hope you have understood. Thank you.